Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Sempre Milan bonus podcast on Substack. With the derby build-up in full swing, we have decided to take a look down memory lane at Milan's tactical evolution to the point of playing the same system as Inter, but now they've gone in opposite directions. Happy Friday, brother.
Happy Friday.
How's it going? How goes it?
Yeah, you know what? I couldn't be more ready for the weekend. Honestly, it's been a long week, so bring it on. And then vacation next week. So I'm ready. I need the break. You can see the bags under my eyes. These were not here on the regular podcast this week, so
yeah,
it's been one of those. But
yeah, and that's why AJ is going to Turkey for some minor cosmetic procedures as part of his break.
People are going to believe that. I'm not. I'm going to California. Disney family.
Enjoy your hard-earned break, mate. And for those who want to keep up to date with our movements, and of course you all do, that means that AJ will be there for the main pod on Monday. So we'll get a derby recap out of you, and then you'll leave me and probably Ben. We'll do the bonus next week. So we'll figure it out. I'm sure a theme will jump out at us based on what is a massive game on Sunday night, obviously against Inter. I did think about doing something a bit different because obviously all we talked about in the main pod was a derby preview. I know Lorenzo and Stefano are doing their own kind of key battles version of the derby preview, which I think will be good. It looks more individual on individual. So we're going to do more of a historic look. And the idea for this sort of came into my mind when I was discussing with Isaac, who put out his most recent bonus article on a bit more lighthearted for him. It was his top 5 derby memories from his time watching as a fan. So that's 2010 onwards. And I started thinking about some of the more recent times. And then I started going back through our old 11 graphics, to see some of the teams that we fielded, both in the COVID era and in that 6-game losing streak, and how no matter what formula we put out there, it seemed to just completely fall on its ass, especially under Stefano Pioli. And then we got to the chaos of last season, where we went 5 unbeaten and won 3 of them, and we didn't play the same system from one game to another. So, that was just the bizarre nature of where things were going. So we're going 5 years back for this one. So this is... I'm going to display graphics, and I apologize if you're listening, but I'll try my best to describe them as well. But this is probably one of those that's going to be better if you're watching. So we come to here, the return of Zlatan Ibrahimovic. This is the 2020-21 season, and this is what you might say is a semi-typical lineup for that season. Now, the difference in this particular one, and I know you're going to call it Leao, would have been on the left, but I believe he was injured for this particular game. So Rebic is there, but it's just what I have, and I can't go back and edit it. So imagine Leao there. This was kind of a typical derby lineup that we got to under Pioli, with Ibra leading the line, Çalhanoğlu playing as an attacking midfielder, Salamanca's wide right, Tonali Kessie as the double pivot, Teo Calabria fullbacks, and it was Romagnoli Kier as the centre-back pairing here. In front of Gianluigi Donnarumma. This was, of course, the season where we kind of stayed in the race for a while there and then fell away, and Inter ended up winning the league quite comfortably under Antonio Conte. We finished second by beating Atalanta in that final game to jump them and got Champions League football back for the first time in, 8 years?
I believe this game was the one where we went into halftime up 2-0 and then lost 4-2, something like that, right?
I think that was the season prior, because that was the one with the thin stripes. Yes, that was
You're right.
Yeah, I think we won this one 2-1.
Yeah,
if I recall correctly. Yeah, I think we won this one 2-1. I should probably look that up actually. This one will have been 2021.
It's crazy. The only 2 players still in Milan, Salamakers and Çalhanoğlu. Not on our side anymore.
Yeah. That's a good shout.
Left and came back. Interesting.
Yeah, that is a good shout, actually. It appears as though this was the game that we won. 2-1. Nice. No, because Leao started that one. Interesting. Must have been the one after, which I think was a 1-1 draw. But anyway, there's the team. And this was kind of the early iteration of Pioli, sort of in the lockdown era. We were just heading out of the lockdown era. And we'd built our brand by this point on being quite a high-energy team. Our pressing numbers were off the charts. Generally, we were a team that ran and ran and ran. We tried to win the ball back high up the pitch and create a chance very quickly. Or if we won the ball over on one side of the pitch, we would often do that thing where we went from one corner to the other, pass, and then some end product. We scored a lot of goals in transition under Stefano Pioli. We tore some teams apart. In that lockdown run, I still think it's the best football that I've seen us play in a long, long time. When we were, regularly scoring 3-4 goals. I think of the not only the derbies, but the 4-2 comeback win against Juve and things like that. We were really good to watch when we were at our free-flowing best. What did you like about this team? My eyes are instantly drawn to the double pivot. That's a pretty good double pivot.
I can tell you what I don't like about this team.
Yeah, go for it. That might be easier.
Who was the graphic designer for this, by the way? Was it Doomy or was
Dumirel Mumitron? Yeah, Doomy.
Okay, well, we need to retroactively punish him for using the old Milan logo. So there's that.
Yeah, we do.
Kessie's the only good player at this squad, to be honest. I mean, obviously Zlatan is great, but he was old, and I don't know if he did very well in this game. I just don't remember it. It was so long ago, but I don't know. Donnarumma, Teo, Kessie, Ibra, those are the core. Tonali obviously is good. I guess you're right. The double pivot is the best line on the field here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting one. And this was sort of Tonali's struggles a little bit as well, wasn't it? When he had sort of the first season of adaptation and wasn't necessarily at his best. So yeah, that's sort of the team. We'd injected a bit of experience with Kier and Ibra at both ends, which I think helped. And obviously this was to be Donnarumma's final season before he left, so there was to be a change in the goalkeeper role. So let's move on. A season. Quite a lot of changes here.
Yeah, so totally different graphic.
This is the graphic's very different. You'll notice that. We'll go through the styles here with the graphics that we have. A show for if there's anyone who accuses us of just making minor tweaks from one season to the next, you're about to be disproven. But yeah, this is the Scudetto winning campaign. And of course, this is the famous Cel Girato Giroud game. We go on to win the league in this particular season, and we take Inter's crown off them. We move to 19 Scudetti each. I'd like to remind everyone at this point that Inter didn't win all theirs on the field, so they were on 18 at this particular point. But yeah, Kalulu comes in at right centre-back. The full-back pairing is the same. Maignan in goal. Benacer joins Tonali in the double pivot for this. And by this point, we were playing Kessie in a more advanced role. And that was to sort of disrupt what Inter were trying to do in terms of build-up. Salamakers Leao was the wingers. Salamakers was like that balancer running up and down the flank to protect that side a bit more. And then Giroud up front. Again, what did you like and what didn't you like?
I like I guess you could call it the attacking midline. So Leao and Sally as wingers, and Kessie is the attacking mid. I remember Kessie's attacking mid just worked so well every time we tried it, and it was a position that you don't expect him to play in, right? You always assume he's more of a holding box to box, but he did so well going forward as an attacking midfielder, and it helped having a guy like Benacer whose ball control was just next level in his prime, which was this season, I think. Next to a guy like Tonali, very Gattuso-esque, and I just thought that midfield was so well-rounded that I don't think we actually appreciated it while we had it. I mean, obviously we won the Scudetto this season, so everyone said best team in the world, right? But I think looking back on it, we don't realize just how good we actually had it compared to, say, like last season. That's what I do like. Honestly, I mean, this is the Scudetto season. There's nothing I don't like, right? Like, this is the jerseys. I didn't like these jerseys. It's the only home jersey in the last, I think, since like 2009 that I haven't bought. So there's that.
Yeah. Quick aside, while you mentioned the shirts, the reason I'm wearing this one is because it's the 98-99 one. And the reason I'm wearing this is because it's come out during the week that this is what our next home shirt will be modelled on. So I think we're going back to the kind of thicker stripes, but hopefully more uniform than the ones you see there. I don't like it whenever it goes a bit barcode, with different width stripes. But yeah, we win this one. It's a comeback from us in the second half. Olivier Giroud scores both goals. The tactical change that made the difference in this one was the injection of Brahim Diaz in the play.